Good morning and welcome to this new week. Who knows what we've got in store for us, but I know what I'm starting with. You can just make it out behind my shoulder. So let's spin round and have a look at it together. Here we have it. New year, new trailer. So you may remember that I have this Sherlock trailer, plasticky trailer, which I would tow behind my ride-on lawnmower. This trailer's fine, it's okay for certain things. It has certain features which make it suitable for certain jobs, like the ability to tip it so that when I'm transporting gravel to do work on the drive, it means that I can tip the loads out easily. It's good for that. However, mostly what I do is tow wood from up the hill to process for the range, and it's not so great for that. Because of the tipping mechanism, it means that if you get the load just wrong, it dumps itself over and over again and it's very tiresome. So, between them, Will and Will's dad constructed this trailer. So, essentially, Will's dad built the chassis and Will built the wooden bit to go on top of it. You can see that it is quite substantially bigger, although this one's quite wide and short and this one's quite narrow and long, so it doesn't hold a lot more than this one. I think we'll find out, but anyway, that's by the by. The advantages of this are that it's much lower to the ground and our terrain is so rocky and terrible. It's one of the contributing factors to this tipping. So the fact that it's low to the ground is quite good. The fact it's heavier, I think, should be quite good. The fact it's sturdier should be to its advantage. The only one thing I'm not sure about is it's quite heavy. Now once it's on the wheels, you know, that helps, but lifting it before it was attached is heavy. And this mower only has certain amounts of power. But we're about to find out. So the question is, will it tow? Well, I got it up here. I didn't maybe get as far up as I would like, and turning it around was a bit harrowing, but it's up here. In order to turn around, I have to detach the trailer. I did the same with the Sherlock. Then ride the mower back so that it's pointing downhill and then reattach the trailer. It's just not possible to sort of do a U-E with the trailer attached. And you can maybe sort of see where I started skidding. I can go much further up with the mower on its own, but this is as far as I could get. It's sort of alright for now, but as I push up the hill, this might become a bit annoying. However, so far so good. Let's go and crack on with Operation Tree Thinning. Can you see that wallaby? Anyway, there's a few up here at the moment. That's not the point. It's been a while since we've come and had a look at Operation Tree Thinning, so I thought I'd show you a little bit of how it's looking now. Currently I'm still only thinning the dead trees, not the trees that are alive but struggling. That'll come later. I'm very pleased with how that's looking when, as again I spin round, you realise that that's what it used to look like. I just think this is so dangerous. So I'm working from the house up the hill. I think that makes sense. My main priority is to protect the house. Okay, it's time to crack on. Protect the house, generate firewood. Yes, it's summer, but we are still using our range because we need it for the hot water. I'm back down the hill now. It can be oppressive up there on a sunny day, so I just wanted to get down. However, an update. So essentially, so far so good. For context, in the Sherlock mower, which is back over there, the black plastic trailer, the black plastic one over there, I would get a maximum of 30 pieces of wood in it before I felt that it was liable to tip or flip. But that would be 30 pieces of sort of quite small wood. If I was transporting some of this bigger wood, I'd maybe even take that down to more like 10, 15. So there's 38 pieces in here. And then I also topped it up with this small pile of second kindling. When I've been processing the trees, I'm trying to waste as little as possible. So the stuff for firewood goes into one section, and then the smaller stuff at the top of the trees I keep beside a second kindling. So 38 pieces of wood and second kindling, and it didn't tip and it towed it, and it was all good. So far I'm pretty impressed with the efforts of my father-in-law. As I say, he made the metal bit, and Will, he made the wooden bit. I think that looks great. I'm so excited to share that with you. New year, new trailer. Fingers crossed we keep incrementally making our lives here a little better and a little easier. It all helps when you're fairly self-sufficient and off-grid. These little things just really make a difference when you add them all together. Well, here we are again. You might have thought you'd gotten away with it this time, but it's time to mow the lawns, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. Mowing the lawns is something, if you don't know, that I just seem to have to do constantly, just endlessly. It's not really just about the aesthetics. I try to keep the property well maintained, just in case a pesky bushfire happens to come through. The house is nice and in a prepared state all summer long. So mowing the lawns is a vital part of that. Grass fires burn hot and fast. And it's a tedious job, but it's a realistic portrayal of my life, and it involves a lot of lawn mowing, and if I have to put up with it, you'll have to put up with it too. I thought I'd give you a quick update on these gloves. I remember when I first introduced you to them, and I'll put up the time lag now, but these are new, and as you can see they've now got terminal holes in them, particularly on this glove, which is always the first to go. I'm left-handed. So these are no longer useful. An ant or a snake or something could certainly hurt me through that. Luckily, when I bought these, I got 2 pairs, so I will revert to my second pair. My quest to find the perfect glove continues. These have lasted quite a lot longer than other gloves I've had, but they're not ideal in that particularly when they're brand new, the fingers I've found were very, very slippery. So I had to take them off if I was bringing the wheelbarrow down the hill. I just couldn't grip it. So these aren't perfect, but compared to some, they're at least durable, and they've lasted for quite a long time. But the hunt continues. I don't know how well this will come across, but I'm working up in the woods, as you can see, and here and there, dotted about, are these really pretty purple flowers. Let's get in a bit closer. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to identify it because I've seen these up here before, and I've got them marked in my plant book. But you can see as I go on up, it's like a little smattering of them up here. Nice to see that, a bit of colour in what is otherwise pretty black, brown and green dominated environment. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this. This kind of thing is notoriously difficult to film, but this is one of the reasons walking up here can be quite hazardous. Oh, I thought my camera wouldn't want to zoom. Essentially, this is a spider that unfortunately my camera fails to want to recognise, but take my word for it. That's a spider, and its web is spanning these two trees, and it's just there. If you don't keep your wits about you, spider in the face. I've done that multiple times, not just today, just like whenever I come up here. It's not very pleasant. For those of you who've been with me from the start, you may remember that's why I have my slashing my hand in front of me as I walk technique. God, there's just nothing worse than a spider web in the face in the morning. The monarch butterflies are on the move at the moment. That indiscriminate greyish blob on that tree is a monarch butterfly I've just disturbed. In other places around here that are at a lower elevation, there's loads at the moment. They may head our way, but for the time being, we have this one, at least. Lovely to see. This is actually a lovely morning to be up in the woods. It's grey and misty and a bit drizzly. As still as you like. Thought I'd just stay still for a moment and try and capture some of the sounds. The chough chicks have fledged. That's a noise you can hear if I zoom in. They're up in that tree. There's one there, and one's further up. And they just make that noise all day long. We've finally got a spate of warm weather, so about 4 days getting up to or just above 30. So not roasting hot, I've known it hotter here, but just the ideal weather for sitting outside, which is what I'm doing now, and I'm watching the butterflies flit by with my feet up, and it's very, very pleasant.